Good. We haven't missed the sorting ceremony.
มันทำพิธีคัดสรรอยู่นะ
I'm no expert, but that seems more
ว้าว
appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony?
yes
Phineas, Nigellus, Black. Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
แบล็กแจ็คนะครับเหมือนจะเป็นอาจารย์ใหญ่
Fig, nice of you to join us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Enough. Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
ขอบคุณครับ
I'll be in touch.
ไปเจอกันครับอาจารย์ตระกูลแบ็คเป็นอาจารย์ใหญ่อ๋อแล้วถ้าแบ็คแจ็คนี่เป็นอาจารย์ใหญ่ป่ะครับไอหมอคนนั้นอะหมอที่ค่าผ่าตัดแพงตัวทีเพื่อนผมมาสายนะ
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
คือวิสลีย์เรายังขาด
Welcome.
แทน
You're just in time. Have a seat.
ขอบคุณครับคือบ้านของเธอคือบ้านนา
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
เปิดใจรอเข้าเรียนไม่ไหลแล้วเอาจริงปะตำรวจครับ
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal to teach you as well.
ผมจะเลือกบ้านที่บอกเลือกให้นะ
I wonder. I detect something in you. A certain sense of... what is it?
อาหารเหรอไม่อ่ะผมอยากรู้ในตู้เย็นมีแต่ของเนี่ยในสมองจะมีอะไรกัน
I
นะ
do enjoy a good puzzle, and I believe I have a ready mind.
You're clever indeed.
โอ้ยครับผม
You
ฉลาด
have the ability to reflect clearly on that which puzzles others. And you've a ready mind, quick to learn. Perhaps you belong in Ravenclaw.
โอเคผมได้อยู่บ้านเลเวนคลอนะแต่ว่าเลเวนคลอนี่คืออะไรอ่ะเดี๋ยวเราจะเลือกบ้านเลเวนคลอกันนะฮะแต่ว่าเราไปดูบ้านอื่นก่อนกด ESC ได้ใช่ไหมนี่ไงลิลิทลีนไปครับเลเวนคลอ
And you've a ready mind, quick to learn.
โอเค
I detect a growing sense of
เดทยาน
ambition, an eagerness for power. And your loyalty to a friend delayed your arrival here this evening.
อันนี้ไม่แน่นอนฮะ
Possess a willingness to forge ahead alone when you must.
แล้วผมอยากได้ความใจถึงมากกว่าดิ เราต้องเลือก
And you've a ready mind, quick to
สิ่งที่เรา
learn.
ได้มาครับเลเวนคลอไปยอมรับ
You belong in.
แต่ว่าผมว่าคนไทยมากกว่าครึ่งเลือกลิทิลินไปละ ขอบคุณครับ
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether, but don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir.
ขอบคุณครับศาสตราจารย์เวทลี่
As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
เราจะมาเป็นตัวประกอบใน
As Deputy Headmistress,
เป็นเรื่องของ
it
เรื่
is
อง
my
นี้นะฮะ
distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way.
เป็นทางนี้ครับ
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. Might be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I am, Professor.
This is the entrance to the Ravenclaw common room. You must solve a riddle to enter. I won't be of much help, I'm afraid. This sort of thing has always confounded me.
ผมว่าผมไม่ได้เข้าแน่เลยว่ะ
Who lived longer? The ghost or the poltergeist?
A ghost or a poltergeist? A non-being can never have been.
ไม่ใช่ตัวผมเลยว่ะบ้านนี้รู้สึกว่า
Well done.
ผมไม่ใช่
Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
บ้านมันคุณหนูไปอ่ะอยากอยู่บ้านในลีบอ่ะ
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room. Lumos. Revelio.
อ๋อรอยไหม้ให้ดูรอยไหม้หายด้วยนะนอนคนเดียวด้วยวะถ้าเราเปิด ก็น่าจะเห็นนะ
I suppose.
This should be interesting.
One moment. Watch this.
What is this? Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted. Oh well.
Right. What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters, and you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
I'm glad to be here. Ready for classes to start.
Good. Glad to hear it. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are firm but fair?
Ha! I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
Must be.
อันนี้น่าจะเป็น
I'm not sure this is the right spot.
ซามนท่า
I want him to be in the perfect place. A place he'll be happy with.
แต่นางจะเป็น
But I
perfectionist
can't
นะ
seem to find it. Great golden gobstones! I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones.
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is. Looks like someone's been studying up on their potion making.
Actually, Professor Fig told me about the Wiggenweld potion.
Of course.
มันจะเป็น
I
ด้าน
heard
เด็ก
you
เนิ
were
ร์ดเลย
studying
อ่ะ
with him
โอ้
before
my god
term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic.
Professor Fig does know a great deal about, different forms of magic.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
An affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots.
Is it common practice for students to grow their own ingredients?
Oh, yes. In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlick, encourages it. And I don't think Professor Sharp, our potions master, cares where you get your ingredients as long as your brews are all perfect.
It was nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your Dittany.
Thank you. And good luck to you too on your first day.
ครับที่บ้านเด็กเนิร์ดจริงด้วยโหเป็นเด็กติ๋มเลยเนี่ยอยากเป็นแบบ
Deep breath.
อยากเป็นแบบเด็กติ๋มในแบบในกองเด็กบูลลี่อ่ะเรากลายเป็นเด็กบูลลี่ในกองเด็กติ๋มเฉยเดินเข้าไปได้ปะ
Why, hello. Would you like to take a look?
เด็กเกรดซี
Can't see too much in the day. Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and Arcturus. I'm Amit. Pleasure to have you in Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I'd recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Amit. I take it you like astronomy.
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy. Professor Shaw is incredibly knowledgeable.
I hope astronomy's on my schedule. Sounds interesting.
I have good news for you. You are most definitely taking astronomy. It is required for all fifth years. You will be enthralled with the tower. Plus, a quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you.
ไป
New Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is looking for you just outside. You had best not keep her waiting.
เฮีย
Can't imagine starting.
แค่บ้านหรูจัดไม่ชอบแล้วไม่ชอบแล้วเปลี่ยนบ้านเลยดีไหมหยอก
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been
Yeah.
dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have.
ผมหนีการสอบจากชีวิตจริงเพื่อมาเจอการสอบในเกมอะนะ
Headmaster and the Department of Magical
ผมว่าไม่น่าจะใช่
We've devised something extraordinary
หนี
to
การ
ensure your success.
ผมก็มีใบมาตรฐานในชีวิตหนีวิศวกรมาเจอเวทมนต์แม่งก็ต้องมีสอบมาตรฐานเวทมนต์อีกบ้าเอ้ยโอ้โหอะไรเนี่ยจะอ่านรู้เรื่องไหมเนี่ย
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
อะไรที่เราเรียนรู้มาก็จะอยู่ในสมุดหนังสือนะฮะน่าจะประมาณ
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way.
ครับศาสตราจารย์
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
เฮ้ยอะไรอ่ะมีให้กดด้วยอะไรเหรอ
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student.
แม่เทคโนโลยีมันต้องไปข้างหน้าสิครับมันจะไม่ถอยหลังอีกแล้ว
Why don't you cast Revelio on this bust?
Revelio.
And see what details the field guide can provide. Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that.
นี่ไงไปหน้าใส่แว่นรอยครับได้ใส่แว่นละ
And outside.
Revelio.
No time to waste.
Revelio.
Classes to attend.
นะฮะศาสตราจารย์ก็มันเป็นอีสเตอร์เอ็กแน่เลยตรงนั้นอะแบบไม่ใช่ดิเขาเรียกว่าอะไรนะพัซเซิลอะ
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
เออ
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Revelio.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
When my mother was here, it was a different professor.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today.
เริ่ม
And
เรียน
I'd
แล้ว
like
โว้
to be sure
ย
you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
วิชาเวทมนต์101
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find... You will also...
Can you tell me more about...
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focus... Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
พื้นฐานว่างเปล่าครับ
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
เกรงว่าไม่มีฮะ เราไม่จำเป็นต้องพูด
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil. Professor Fig, your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to
ทำไมหน้า
and
ไอ้หนุ่ม
you
ข้างหลัง
chose to
อ่ะ
fly
มัน
in the path of a
ดู
dragon.
เด๋
I
อๆจัง
wouldn't
อะ
say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
การบ้านด้วยว่ะไปฮะจาน
It's good to...
And did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
ใช่แล้วครับ
I did my best,
แต่
but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained.
เฮ้ยน้อง
Happily, you have the
สอน
benefit
พี่
of
ได้แล้ว
an exceptional
เชื่อเลือกกว่า
team
น้อง
of
ก็ไม่ได้
witches and
แก่
wizards
กับ
to
เรื่องเนี่ย
guide you.
อ่ะฮะ
Speaking of
ลูกพี่
guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle proof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
เหมือนมันจะระบบเกมก็จะสอนเรานะว่าไปไหนบ้างเอ็กคิโอเดวิสโตไปนี่
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
เอาไปดูนะ
This
ว่า
will be
มิชชั่นแรกของ
incredibly
เราเป็นไง
helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
ไปละอยากสำรวจต่ออีกหน่อยอ่ะ
Revelio.
ไม่ได้วะน่าจะมีวิชาสะดอกกรอะไรสักอย่างนะฮะอะไรอ่ะแค่สยองเรียนดีกว่าเดี๋ยวเขาเรียนสายนะฮะ
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
ความแข็งแกร่งมาจากพื้นฐานที่ดีครับ let's go Levioso อย่า
Levioso.
อัจฉริยะ
Now, let's try something a little larger.
อย่างเช่นตัวอาจารย์เนี่ย
Let us begin with a basic cast.
ได้พื้นฐานด้วยอะไรวะน่ะ
See how the dummy deflected your cast?
เห็น
This
ครับ
time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised appearance. Now, well done.
ตัวมือครับตัวมือ
Very good. But the best way to practice is by
ก็
duel.
คือการดวลนะฮะ
We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair
มาล้อเบาๆเหรอน้อง
duel. Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso, this can't be your first duel. Let's just say...
Don't all of my students are this adept. I do enjoy life duel.
You're good. How perceptive.
แล้วผมใส่อย่างเดียวเลยอ่ะไม่สนด้วย
Anticipate your opponent's
เรียบร้อยฮะ รู้จัก
Not
the
bad
the
for
way
a
of the
beginner.
การคลิกซ้ายปะ
You give as good as you get.
ฮึล่ะอ้าวจอดำ
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things
คาดหวั
from
งได้
you.
ครับคาดหวังได้
I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or
ว่าผมปิด
as
DL
ever
ดี
more
กว่าว่ะ
likely
รู้สึกว่า
goblins,
ภาพมัน
is a
แปลกๆดี
different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
เอ้ยทำงานเสร็จผมต้องมาทำการบ้านต่ออีกเหรอเนี่ย
Right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
จริงเหรอฮะ
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
แต่มึงอยู่บ้านต้นไม้กับบ้านงูเลยนะเพื่อนมาเก็บตังค์กัน
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
ก็ต้องบอกเขาดีๆ
I
นะเพราะ
dueled
ว่าเขา
enough.
ก็เว
Consider
ลา
yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned
Check that
dueling
out. Tadi dua.
organization.
ฟังดูน่าสงสัยนะฟังดูน่าสน
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library,
มาถึงก็จะแหก
you
กฎ
just
ซะละ
have to be clever enough not to get
อย่าบอก
caught.
ว่าผมได้
Thank you,
ปลดล็อก
Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
มาถึงผมก็เป็น
Perhaps
เด็กแสบ
somewhere
ซะละ
unsanctioned. We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill.
เฮ้ย
Look for
ท้า
the
ทายว่ะ
battle be near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
ไอ้หมอนี่มันท้าทาย
Revelio.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
ผมเห็นในแมปว่าเป็นกล่องว่ะอ๋ออยู่ข้างบนนะอยู่ข้างบนจริงด้วยไปเรียนป้องกันจากสายมือดีกว่า
What are you up to now?
เรียนอยู่ดีบันไดกลาง
Revelio.
เพชรตกยับผมเห็นกลิ่นของเงินนี่มันกลิ่นของเงินนี่หว่ายึบเขาให้
Revelio.
ไปใช่ดีกว่าห้องน้ำเหรอก็จะเข้าไปจะไปรัดว่ะมาซ้ำหัว
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind
Revelio.
เรื่องนึงนะผมได้กิน
Some of us don't necessarily.
เงิน
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my
Oh,
goodbyes.
shit.
I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
ไปรอบหน้าแล้วกันฮะ
Nice peeves.
ไปเข้าใจคัสเซิลก่อนเดี๋ยวค่อยมาแกะเราต้องเรียนวิชาต่อยตีก่อนครับ ไม่งั้นจะสู้ใครไม่ได้
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So
Nettie
you
ว่ะ
are the new student. Have you met Professor
เนตตี้ที่อยู่ใน
Ronan?
เสือร้องไห้อะใช่
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
มาถึงอาจารย์ก็เล่นเราเลยเว้ย
Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
เอ็กคิโอนะคือคาถาอะไรวะ
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last boss. That's it! Now, happens to the best. Splendid! Excellent control there. Not to worry. Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us see this.
Accio.
Very good.
Here we go.
ว่ามันได้50เต็มหมดแน่เลย
Brilliant. Bishop.
เอาเวลาเกดับฟ้าตูม
That is how it's done.
Accio.
ผ่านละเลย
Splendid.
แต่ผมสามารถยิงบอลให้มันชนได้ปะตู้ใหม่ได้ปะเจอเหลี่ยมมาดิ
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this.
เรียบร้อยครับชม
Accio.
That's it.
Here we go.
ลองดูดีกว่าจะได้มันเล่นได้ปะวะ
There we go.
ได้ครับได้
Well done. Bishop.
คนยากว่ะ
That is how it's done.
Accio.
A perfect score. Remarkable. Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
ครับ
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it
ทำตัวมากเลยเรา
lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
And with you. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans. Accio, so inclined. A word, if you
You'd be
would.
using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian.
ทำไมวันนี้
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am
เราไม่ก็จะ
preparing
มี
for
แต่การ
you.
บ้านนะเนี่ยไอ้กอดเลเวล2 ว่ะ
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
ระดับการล็อกด้วยแสดงว่าป้าเนี่ยนะเพศปลดล็อกโอเคครับสำหรับวันนี้ไว้พอเพียงยังไม่ได้ทำอะไรเท่าไหร่
Hello. How was your first day coming along?
ก็ดีนะ
Hello, Samantha. Nice to see you.
I adore the hamlets near the coast. They're a bit damp.
Revelio.
À, เจอแล้วฮะจอดด้วย
Revelio.